Hi, you're watching Weekly World Climate Change News. On July 10th, more than 7,000 academic institutions from 6 continents declared a climate emergency by signing a letter in which they have agreed to partake into a 3-point plan. This includes becoming carbon neutral by 2050 at the latest, putting more resources towards climate change research and promoting environmental education. The initiative reflects young people's desire to take action and encourage their schools to do the same. The number of institutions adhering to this declaration is expected to reach 10,000 before the end of 2019. For 4 years in a row, Australia has been reaching new records for carbon emissions, and this year is no different. They have set a new record for greenhouse gas emissions as a result of electricity generation. The increasing hot summers have raised the demand for more electricity to power air conditioning and cooling systems. Australia is currently responsible for 5% of the world's greenhouse gases. This number could rise to 17% by 2030, and yet Australia has only 0.3% of the world's population. The Australian government still supports the fossil fuel industry. On Monday, 8th July, the Washington, D.C. region received a month's worth of rain in just 1 hour. This has been the most severe flooding in recent years. In total, the Ronald Reagan National Airport recorded 3.3 inches of rainfall between 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. This broke D.C.'s total rainfall record, which was previously 2.16 inches. Other areas reported high rainfall totals of 5.55 inches in Maryland, 4.64 inches in Gaithersburg, and 4.93 inches in Virginia. The downpour delayed flights and trains. It was also a danger for commuters as several roads were closed and multiple water resources were made. The flooding also caused leaks in the Pentagon and flooding in the basement of the White House. On Tuesday, 19th July, the government of France announced that they will impose a tax on all flights leaving the country. This is an effort to curb emissions from air travel. The Transport Minister Elisabeth Borne said that eco-tax will begin next year. The tax will range from 1.50 euros to 18 euros per flight. The money collected from the eco-tax will be invested into eco-friendly transportation like light rail projects. A UNESCO World Heritage Site could be destroyed by the installation of 3 coal-fired power plants that are to be installed in Sundarbans. These plants will impact environmentally on a large scale the area, producing huge loss of wildlife and endangering the last stronghold of the Bengal tiger. Behind this disaster and in coherence millions by dollars move without worrying the great leaders about the environment and the destruction that may be causing. Cars keep being one of the main issues for climate. It has been discovered that dust created by car brakes and tires causes air and water pollution through microplastics. Current legislation has decreased pollution from exhaust but hasn't affected non-exhaust pollutants. Legislators are calling for more policies to improve brake and tire quality, while critics say that the usage of private cars should be further decreased, as even electric vehicles, which do not produce exhaust pollution, will still cause non-exhausting pollution. On the 4th of July, the Responsible Commodities Facility introduced the world's first green bonds to finance sustainable soy production in Brazil. The facility intends to offer low-interest credit lines to farmers who cultivate soy sustainably, thus avoiding land clearance. The plan is to put $1 billion over the next 4 years towards the responsible production of more than 180 million tons of soy and corn. While facilitating green growth and the creation of jobs, this initiative will also help protect natural habitats and at the same time reduce carbon dioxide emissions. 40 tons of fishing gear and other plastic items were retrieved from the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, currently covering an area 3 times the size of France. The mission was supported by satellite imagery to specifically help spot discarded fishing nets, which kill about 380,000 sea mammals yearly. This was the most productive trip out of the 10 already organized by OV so far. After realizing the scale of the problem, several countries, including the UK, Australia, New Zealand and Canada, have pledged to clean up the oceans, while Pacific countries have committed to reduce waste and increasing recycling. The salmon industry is facing pressure from farm closures due to environmental concerns, as well as sea lice infestations and male salmon deaths due to algae blooms. The largest salmon company in the world, Mowi, recently closed 2 salmon farms after they continuously failed to meet environmental standards for 15 years. Ecologists are gravely concerned with chemical use of sea lice, which affects other animals such as prawns, crabs, and lobsters. And some claim that Mowi had been misrepresenting the amount of chemicals it has been using of its farms. An environmental team of researchers led by the University of New South Wales have found that atmospheric waves from the Indian Ocean have a massive impact on South America, causing droughts and heat waves. The results of the study were published in Nature Geoscience, and besides explaining the origin of the 2013-2014 drought and several more marine heat waves that have occurred, it predicts more coming. You were watching Weekly World Climate Change News. My name is Katarina Velkov, and we hope you will join us next week.